You're watching Hundo Pierre.
Hey, what's going on, you guys? It's Pierre with M2 Credit Solutions. Today, we're going to be going over how to invest for beginners and how myself had $1 million net worth at the age of 19. You guys want to stay in tune for this. You do not want to miss out. There's lots of information that's going to be pushed out. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, as well as comment what was your last business venture or last investment in the comments below to boost up the algorithm for this video. These videos are entirely free for you guys, so make sure you guys go ahead and show love and support. With that being said, let's jump right into the video. Let's go! First thing first, when it comes down to investing properly and trying to get that $1 million figure, you want to make sure that you're cutting out all high paying debt. What does that mean? Any credit card debt, any revolving debt, anything that you have currently at the moment that is holding you back with a monthly payment, you want to erase out of your life. Yes, you heard me right. Is it good to sometimes carry some type of credit? Yes, but is it good to carry all forms of credit, especially revolving credit card debt? No, not at all. It's not going to make sense if you're trying to get 5 or 10% in the market, but you're paying 15 to 20% to the credit card agency every single month. You're going to make sure that you don't even break even, but lose profit when it comes down to investing your said money. So an easy way to go ahead and do this is with the snowball effect. You want to pay off the smallest debt so you can get little wins up until you go ahead and pay off that higher debt. Yes, I understand. You want to go ahead and invest and you want to make an M off of an investment so quickly, but with that being said, you guys have to start focusing on paying off that debt so you can have more money going back into your pocket after everything like overhead and expenses are paid out. An easy way to go ahead and pay off that debt is by starting a new business venture. If you're not making money in your business, or if you're not leaving your job of 2 years already and so going to a new job to be able to get a pay increase, to be able to maximize paying off that credit card debt, you are holding yourself away from the curve. If you're not doing stuff like Uber Eats, freelancing, if you're not doing any type of service oriented base that you can do when you're not at your 9 to 5, you're holding yourself back from paying off that debt quickly and efficiently. The second thing is you want to make sure that you yourself build an emergency fund. What is an emergency fund? An emergency fund is something that you're going to build up with your money that's coming in. It is aside from your savings. This emergency fund is if you lose your job and all your overhead and bills that you have to pay each and every month are still able to get paid. Your emergency fund should make up 3 to 6 months of your expenses already put away. If you feel as if you want to live a little bit more frugal and take more risk, right? 3 months. If you feel like you want to go ahead and really tone in and keep your lifestyle, or are looking for a job or looking for more income, 6 to 12 months is okay. But a basis is 3 to 6 months of your emergency fund already stacked away before you get into investing. Third. Now, let's get into the investing gist of everything. Guys, when it comes down to investing, everybody's looking for the new altcoin. They're looking for stocks. They're looking for real estate. None of those things are guaranteed. Yes, the S&P 500 over the last 10 years have kept a 13.6% return, but not only have they kept this return, these individuals are continuing to push more money into it each and every single year. There will be a crash. No matter how you want to look at things, there's always a said crash when it comes down to investments, whether it's '08, whether it's the Chinese crash, whether it's real estate crash, there's always a crash. So if you're trying to go in and put your money there for the next 10 years, more than likely there's going to be a crash. But at a crash, you're wanting to go ahead and buy low and sell high again. So don't be deterred away from that alone. But there's more safer investments out there, and that's what we're going to be going over. Treasury bills. Yes, you heard me right. Treasury bills, though I've invested in multiple markets and seen multiple things, Treasury bills is the best thing right now at the moment, because you know at that maturity date what your rate of return is going to be. And right now it's at 5.2 to 5.4% for Treasury bills set alone. What is a Treasury bill, you may ask? It's a short-term United States government debt obligation that is backed by the Treasury themselves. So whenever the United States needs to go do stuff, they need money, what you're doing is supplying them with that said money, and they're giving you back 5% in order to get that said money sent over to them. Treasury bills are usually sold in denominations of $1,000, but if you go to treasurydirect.gov, you're also able to get in at only $100, which is at a discounted rate of other than going up to $1,000 being able to invest. But with Treasury Direct, what I've noticed is there's lots of steps in order to do things. So what I do is I actually go with fidelity. Though I have to put that $1,000 investment for each treasury bill I want to buy, they're way more easier, it's way more seamless. It's kind of like making an Instagram or Facebook account. Treasury bills. Not only can you get treasury bills used, you can also get them new issued. What I've seen is used is too complicated and too much to look into. New issue is where you want to be at. You're able to not only see the maturity date, you're able to see in between what you're going to get as a rate of return, as well as you're able to know what kind of treasury bill you're going to get even before you invest your money into it. That's why I find it as a risk-free. Also, another reason why I find it as a risk-free is because when all these companies go down, when the United States tanks, where do they find their money? Where is their money backed by? Yes, you heard it right, that treasury. So with that being said, there's really essentially no risk to being able to put your money in, have it circulate, and get some rate of return. Now, the misconception that people hear is this 5.2 to 5.4%. You're going to have a treasury bill for at least a year. This is on a 12-month basis to get a 5% return. How they break it down is if you are only holding it for 6 months, what's going to happen is they're going to give you half of that 5% return. So it's going to be 2.5 essentially. So you're able to make 5% return per year on these items. So for treasury bills, you're able to get treasury bills in 4-week increments, 8-week increments, 13, 17, 26, and 52-week increments. Guys, fourth, compound interest. Not only are we going to go into treasury bills, we're going to go over how compound interest works in order to give you the best profitability, as well as it's going to come into a conclusion of a T-bill ladder, which is a treasury bill ladder, which I'm going to show you how to roll your money over to make sure that you're getting paid every single 4 weeks out a type of percentage to make sure that you are always having your money free up for you in case you may need it for emergency. Compound interest. Compound interest is literally interest on money that you've already earned interest on. So that is a world wonder. The sooner you start investing, the younger you start investing, the more compound interest you're able to get, the more money you're able to get inside of your portfolio. So for say, if you made 10% on $100, right? So now you had $10 here and you made 10% again on that $110 because you kept that $110 in the actual portfolio and that $10 you didn't take as profit, you would get compound interest of another 10% on that 110, equating $11 or so, or 10 and some change. Now that's where you start making more money on top of your money that you already have. Okay, Pierre, you've told me I need to invest into T-bills. You helped me understand a little bit about compound interest, as I can actually go to Google and put in compound interest calculator and move those numbers around and see how much I need to invest and at what rate to get exact amount of how much the money will be. But how much should I be investing at my set age? So for T-bills, since there is little to no risk, I always say age versus retirement does not need to factor into this one. I, after getting my emergency fund, would put as much as I can into T-bills. Why? Because at this point, savings inside of a bank account, especially a normal savings account, if it's not a high yield savings account, is not going to benefit you at all. You're probably getting 0.01%. You should be moving that money over to a high yield savings account. It's giving you 4 to 5% right now in the current economy. Your savings account essentially should be a credit card. You guys already know I advocate for having good credit. Why? Because you're able to leverage when times get tough to be able to go ahead and put that money on a credit card and pay with the money that's coming in. With the T-bill ladder that I'm going to show you guys, your money is freeing up every 4 weeks, which is every month. Your payment on that credit card is every single 30 days, every month. So that money will be able to be free for you so you can pay off that credit card and still be in the green. So what does this mean? If you're 18 investing in the T-bills, put your all into it. If you're 50, 60 investing in the T-bills, you can still put your all into it. You're not going to mess up your money when it comes down to retirement. I've not only done it myself, but I do it for my mother and my father as well. 666 topic here. Building a T-bill ladder. What is a treasury bill ladder? So we talked about compound interest. You want to be able to roll your money back into your set investment to see the majority of profit that you can see, to maximize it. How do you do that? With a T-bill ladder. What is a T-bill ladder? You understand that you can get actual T-bills in increments of 4 weeks, 8 weeks, 13, 17, 26, and 52. What we do is with a T-bill ladder, in order to make sure our money is open every 4 weeks or so, we'll go ahead and get a 4-week treasury bill. We'll get an 8-week treasury bill, and we'll get a 13-week treasury bill. They can all be essentially the same amounts. So you can have one for 6K, you can have one for another 6K, you can have one for another 6K to make up 18,000 in that portfolio. Now, what are you doing? Once you go ahead and have that 4-week graduate, you're gonna go ahead and get what? a 13 week. Why? Because now that 8 week only has 4 weeks left. So that next one is going to free up, and that 13 week that you previously got only has 8 weeks left. So now when you move that 14 over to the 13, what's happening is you're going to have 4 weeks left after that last one to be able to make that money back and see your rate of return. So now all you're doing is moving that 4 week one that you bought after it clears up to that 13 week and continue to put it on auto roll. And now you just have to watch the magic run. Wait. You almost forgot. That 8 week is going to finish as well too. Roll it over into another 13. And that 13 week is going to end up 2. So roll it over to another 13 week. All we're doing in the initial prospect of this is getting a 4 week, 8 week, and a 13 week for the same amount if you want. And you're rolling over that 4 week to a 13 once it's done. That 8 week to a 13 once it's done, and that 13, you're gonna roll over into another 13 once it's done. What does that do for you? That frees up your money every 4 weeks. So if you have an emergency, you're able to pull that money out and without any penalty. 888 topic to be able to go ahead and maximize investing for beginners to get that $1 million price point. Guys, you heard me mention having good credit is beneficial to you. So whenever you get inside a pickle, you're able to use that credit card and not dig into that emergency fund, because your profitability or your 9 to 5 or that money's coming in will be able to pay off that credit card in 30 days, as you guys have seen with the T-bill ladder. But if you have bad credit, it's going to affect your personal finances. You're not going to be able to get approved for that credit card, that home, that car, get into that apartment that you like. You guys have to understand, having good credit will essentially boost you forward and propel you. So if you have any late payments, collections, evictions, repossessions, bankruptcies, we've seen it all since 2016. Go ahead and text the word credit to 713-714-4748 or check the link in the bio for the calendar to book in order to get your credit repaired personally by myself to get you on a fast track to investing. I wouldn't advise investing until your credit's where it needs to be at, because you will use your credit one day and you will need it. Guys, we just went over investing for beginners. Guys, if you're 19, if you're 50, if you're 30, if you're 70, doesn't make any difference with this actual method. I wanted to bring you guys something that everybody could use and stay beneficial off of. Go ahead and support the channel. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing as well. But comment, like I said earlier, what was your last business venture or last investment? I always answer to those comments. I want to see what you guys are up to and what's next. M2